Rodrigo Roa Duterte, the 16th President of the Philippines and one of the most famous politicians nowadays. For millions of people, he is the way to new, prosperous, and bright future. Rodrigo Duterte was born on March 28, 1945, in Masing. His father was Vicente Duterte, Sibongo lawyer, and his mother, Soledad Duterte, was a school teacher and a civic leader. Duterte's father was mayor of Davao, Cebu, and the provincial governor of Davao province. Duterte's family lived in Masing and in his father's hometown in Davao until he was 4 years old. The Dutertes initially moved to Mindanao in 1948. Rodrigo's cousin Ronald was mayor of Cebu City from 1983 to 1986. Ronald's father, Ramon Duterte, also held the position from 1957 to 1959.
A message to the Davaoinos, let us make our expression of love and concern if we can only establish once more the peaceful place, then there is no use of trying to use this military, this ammunition, because people knows that to live with God is to live at peace and to live love one another.
Vicente Duterte was a very smart and successful politician who stood by Marcos during his presidency. That's what President Duterte says about his father.
My father was a cabinet member of President Marcos during the first term of his presidency. My father was one of the two who stood by Marcos in his darkest hours. Everybody was shifting to the liberal at the time, kay Diosdado Macapagal. And it was only Ibarle and my father who stood by Marcos. That is why, when he won, my father was one of the cabinet members of Marcos.
Duterte went to Laboong Elementary School, but just for 1 year. The rest of his elementary days he spent in Santa Ana Elementary School in Davao City, where he was graduated in 1956. He graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science at the Lyceum of the Philippines in Manila in 1968.
Duterte obtained a law degree from San Beda College of Law in 1972. In the same year, he passed bar exam. Later he became special counsel at the city prosecution of Davao from 1977 to 1979. Then he became fourth assistant city prosecutor, then the third assistant city prosecutor, and then the second. That was Duterte's way to success.
After the 1986 People Power Revolution, Duterte was appointed officer in charge vice mayor. In 1988, he ran for mayor and won, serving until 1998.
That was the time when people understood who really Mayor Rodrigo Duterte is. His pure heart and sincere love to the Philippines and Filipino people became very popular and famous. He only wanted one thing for Davao, where he was mayor at that time. He wanted to make the city safe, clean, and prosperous. And of course, he has accomplished his mission.
It's really clear to see that Rodrigo Duterte has big and kind heart to his Filipino people. He, as well as millions of Duterte supporters worldwide, understand that the main step to the bright future of the Philippines is to fight criminals, drug lords, and corrupted politicians.
I am asking for the reimposition of the death penalty so that I can hang them. My campaign is drug will not stop until the end of my term, until the last voter and the last drug lord are
Rodrigo Duterte issues this warning to criminals in his city.
I told the
criminals not here in the city.
However, some people don't agree with the policy of Rodrigo Duterte. But here is a brilliant explanation that was given by him.
Me, for example, if I were an ordinary citizen and I have lost my daughter to drugs, she gets pregnant 5 times a year, she is despoiled because of drugs, I've lost my son and another son, bullshit, I will kill you. I will kill you. I will take the law into my own hands. I will not eat sitting down. Forget about the laws of men. Forget about the laws of international law, whatever. I'll just ask you simply, the eternal justice that runs this universe. But what right do you have to cook shabu and feed it to my children to make them crazy and become useless forever? Who gave you the right in this universe, in this planet, to rape my 1-year-old daughter, to kill a 6-year-old son, to despoil the body of my son and daughter? Because you were under the influence of shabu, which makes you crazy.
Many people remember wonderful Duterte's Christmas message.
Alam ninyo, ako'y tao lamang. Kaya binabati ko pa rin, Merry Christmas. Kayong mga durugista, magdanakaw, mga korap, mga kriminal, at yung nagpapahirap sa Pilipino. Kaya kung ayaw ninyong minto at patuloy pa rin ang karahasan, ito na ang huli ninyong Merry Christmas.
In 2015, Duterte made hints to the media of his intention to run for president in the 2016 elections. On May 30, 2016, the 16th Congress of the Philippines proclaimed Duterte as the president-elect of the Philippines after he topped the official count by the Congress of the Philippines for the 2016 presidential election with more than 16.6 million votes, 6.6 million more than his closest rival, Ma Rojas. Now Duterte was ready to use his experience of being a mayor. He had already made Davao the 9th safest city, and now, being a president, it was a time to make the whole country a better place. And the main step, again, was fighting criminals, corruption, and drugs. But the fight with criminals was not the only thing Duterte was going to do. He had a lot of plans for the Philippines, like raising salaries, developing foreign affairs, making education more affordable, and a lot of more positive changes to the country and the Filipino people. The presidency of Rodrigo Duterte began at noon on June 30, 2016, when he became the 16th president of the Philippines. One of the first things Duterte made after he had become president was establishing citizen complaint hotline that is open 24/7 with number 8888. The Mauta group, an ISIS-inspired terrorist group, had reportedly been able to establish a stronghold in Lanao del Sur. The group had been blamed for the 2016 Davao City bombing and 2 attacks in Butik, Lanao del Sur. Of course, Duterte was ready to resist the evil. The Battle of Marawi, that took more than 150 days, became the longest urban battle in the modern history of the Philippines. Now, ISIS eliminated from the country.
Objective ng ISIS is to kill and destroy Period. Kaya ako, I will destroy also and kill, period.
But fighting terrorists and criminals was not the only plan of Duterte. Under his administration, the foreign policy of the Philippines was also changed. He didn't see any further development of relationships between the Philippines and the USA. Instead, he started making good ties with Russia and China.
When one of the most beautiful islands in the world, Boracay, started having problems due to over-tourism, Rodrigo Duterte closed it for 6 months.
Boracay Island, widely regarded as one of our country's treasures and admired worldwide for its natural beauty, has sadly become the representation of governance and government's negligence, including mine. I could not allow this decay to continue.
Manila Bay, one of the dirtiest places in the Philippines, became clean and beautiful because of the Filipino people and Rodrigo Duterte.
Of course, Duterte has wonderful military strategy, mind, unbending will, and really strong hands. But still, inside, he is very generous and kind person. That's why, very often, he visits hospital to help kids there. Majority of people in the Philippines agree with his policy and love to see Duterte as their president. But Duterte has a lot of supporters worldwide and not only in the Philippines.
In my opinion, Duterte is one of the best presidents in the world.
Rodrigo Roa Duterte. This person has changed a lot in the Philippines and is changing a lot right now. Changes are obvious. Philippines are getting better and better place day by day under his administration. This person is a true hero. So let's do everything possible to help him. And even we are just simple citizens from the Philippines or from other countries, we can always remember him in our prayers, and we can always share his ideas with our friends so he can feel our love and support. because President Rodrigo Duterte is really one of the best politicians in the world.
Why am I here? I am here because I love my country and I love the people of the Philippines.